and paper in my hand, I'm finally speaking my truth. Yeah. And the truth is I'm struggling, running and stumbling.
Dawson, thank you for all of your hard work. And thank you for spending this time with us today at Blue Heart on Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to each and every one of you. And next, oh my gosh, here comes Jermaine. Jermaine with Pirata. My sister Pirata. Beautiful. So part of the training for our Blue Heart members are showing how to treat each other and treat their parents, especially moms, with respect and love. So this is one of those things that I'm absolutely loving. Next, we have Jorge with Miss Beatrice Utaba. Jorge and Beatrice. Beautiful. Happy Mother's Day, Beatrice. And we have Ezekiel Rabb coming down with his mother, his queen Zakia Weber. Beautiful. Happy Mother's Day, Zakia. And next we have my nephew, Justice Bettis, coming with his mother, Tracy Blevins. Happy Mother's Day, Tracy. And last but certainly not least, we have Keon Dent coming with Miss Stacy Dent. Yes, always gotta make an entrance. I'm telling you, we'd be a big family if it wasn't making an entrance. Happy Mother's Day, Stacy.
No further ado, I think we'll get started. All right, and we have Jorge. Congratulations. And we have Ezekiel Rabb. It's all you.
Oh my God. All right, here we go.
Alright, we have Justice Bettis.
Right here.
And then lastly, Keon Dent.
Right here. Alright, wait, I'm photo right here. Yep.
This is from our county supervisor, Nathan Fletcher, for the 4th District. From our own Councilwoman, Monica Montgomery. All for our Blue Heart graduates. So William and Matthew Gordon, if you are still here, no? Yes, you're still here, but you're good. Okay, I'm sorry. I meant to bring you up. So step this way, William.
Yeah, I know this better.
Ezekiel. Jermaine. Okay, Justice. Justice Bettis, if you will come up.
And I've been working at 1798 for about a year and a half. And recently, the CEO of our parent company, Fingerpaint, allocated some funds to each office. And, you know, it's not going to take too long for me to start, you know, tapping into my network to make sure that, you know, some of these funds go to young brothers that, you know, look like myself. And, you know, it really started with a phone call to one of my fraternity brothers, and got in touch with Tracy, and from there we're here today. Man, it's really just putting a smile on my face to see what I saw today. Like looking at each one of you guys are going to be the next doctors, lawyers, engineers, like all of you guys. And I'm living proof that you can come from whatever, come from anything, and still make it. So I'm honored to be here, and on behalf of the CEO of 1798, Rashawn Blunt, she was unable to make it here. We would like to present the scholarships. So thank you guys.
Ezekiel, please join us. My baby, he said, I'm getting this scholarship too. Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
As the National Coffee Roaster of the Year for the United States. Thank you very much. It's 8 years ago, 9 years ago, and we're still really proud of it. So, yeah, so we're a small company. We have about 100 employees, but we're growing, and we're actually looking to hire some culinary interest right now. Yeah. Most of the people we hire are baristas and that sort of thing, which there's always those opportunities, but I'm looking for something for a little bit more that I can create for some people down the road.
So stay right up here with us, Jeff. And I would like for Zeke to come back. Keon, baby. Jermaine. Trey, where you at? Come on, baby. And Justice. So each and every one of these young men will receive a $500 scholarship from Bird Rock Cafe. This is his brainchild. This Blue Heart is his baby. And we have a lot of staff members who are here on and in support of him, and community members, and of course the sponsors. But this is all started because of Tracy Morris. Tracy, we thank you. Thank you for growing Blue Heart to now have a Blue Heart scholarship. Yes. So shall I call the boys up now, and then you present it?
Yes.
Okay.
No, because they're all different levels.
They're all different levels. Okay, so I'm gonna let you take.
Thank you, Tammy. Appreciate you. We actually have 18 people we employ now, whether it's contract or actual employees. So to go from us coming out of our pockets, like a year ago, 2 years ago, right before COVID, we was broke. Parents will tell you we was broke, but we weren't broke in spirit, or hope, or drop. And it's all because of every little brother up in here, every parent, everyone who's contributed to our entire community. All that being said, we are proud to present. Actually, what you're going to find out later is we're going to be dispersing $22,500 in scholarships to members of Southeast San Diego. So y'all watch out for Stacey Denton and the Scholars Ball. Hey, so I got you. We break your bread for Southeast.
That's right.
Jermaine Salmon. Trey Watkins. No, who's Trey Williams? My bad. No, look behind you. the lead mentor, or the boss, the program manager. Trey Watkins is the program manager for Mindful Heart. Would you stand up, sir? Can we acknowledge you? He's the one who is making sure that the mentors are talking to your sons. He's making sure that he's tracking the data so we can make this a program that goes on and on and on and just continues to grow. So we thank you for that, brother. Okay, so each one of these three young men, well, now, except for Will, he ain't gonna get away. But will be receiving a $500 scholarship because they're going to the schools locally. They're going to schools locally. I almost just saw that episode all Saturday. I'm like a movie spoiler. Justice Bettis. Little Mr. Badleg. Keon Dent. Ain't he clean? We're going to be presenting Keon Dent with a $2,000 scholarship. And then Ezekiel Ryan. Will also be receiving a $2,000 scholarship. Now, if there's any other organization, we would stop there. Amir Duke, come up here, please. Dallas is working on his master's at USD. So we're turning up some good stuff. So we're going to make sure that we present each of you $500 as well to help you in school.
At this point, we are going to introduce our graduate family one by one, and you're going to hear from each mother on Mother's Day about how she feels her son did and how his, well, we'll just let them tell you.
So just a little bit about Trey. It's been just this fabulous experience. I've been on it for more than 3 years. Thank you, Jeff. See, I need some help too. Trey, it's been amazing to watch him just grow and become a little more focused, a little more serious, but a lot more of a leader. So I'm really proud of all the growth that he's done, all the work that you've done, Mama, and we really appreciate you.
When I first met Tracy, it was during a sorority event, and I was talking to him about mentorship, and I was looking for something for my son. Just because I needed him to be more focused and just something to kind of bring him out of his shell. He told me about Blue Heart, and we went to an event at, I want to say, the HBCU Expo, and there were a couple other programs there that he had been a part of before, but it didn't quite work out. But he saw some of his friends that were in this program, and they were talking to him, and I was like, you know what, Trey, if this is what you want to do, I'm going to let you choose. I'm not going to step in your way. I want you to make this decision. So he decided that he wanted to do Blue Heart, and I was like, okay, this looks like a lot of dedication, a lot of work, so I'm going to let you do this. And he was like, okay, I got this, Buckeye. I'm going to do this. And I'm like, okay, great. Since we joined the program about 3 years ago, I have seen so much growth and so much potential in my son. I swear to God. Jesus. He went from being a shy kid and just kind of staying to himself, really just kind of focused on sports. And throughout this program, I have seen him come out of his shell. I've seen him be more social. I've seen him become so much more of a leader. He's taught me so much. He's a son, he's a brother, he's a friend, he's a teacher. He literally was my first love. The very first time I loved anybody was when I laid eyes on this young man, and I am so immensely proud of him. I have taught him from the beginning. Your education will lead you anywhere you want to go, whether it's in school, whether it's a trade school, whether it's your life lessons. Your education is the one thing that no one can take away from you. And I've always taught him, and I'm going to end very quickly before I start crying. William, I am so, so proud of you. And I could not ask for a better son, a better leader, a better young man. And keep God first in everything that you do. Believe in yourself as we all believe in you. And literally, there are no more ceilings for you. There are no more ceilings to break for you, my love. The world is yours. With that being said, I introduce to you my son, William Dawson III.
Alright, so before I begin, let me say Happy Mother's Day to my mom, the queen of all queens. And my grandma, to all of the mothers here today. I would like to thank my mother for her presentation and introducing me. My name is William Dawson, and I'm a senior at Ocho Ranch High School. Originally, I am from Portsmouth, Virginia, but I have lived in Chula Vista for the last 12 years. I'd like to thank my parents and the rest of my family for always supporting me and pushing me to do my best. I want to thank Miss Stephanie for all her help and always keeping us on track. I would like to thank my Blue Heart brothers for having my back and showing me what brotherhood and loyalty look like. Just know that I have your back as well. Lastly, I'd like to thank Tracy for his support, patience, and guidance. Many of us would not have had the opportunities that we've had if it wasn't for your vision. So thank you for believing in us. Blue Heart has made a positive impact in my life by exposing me to professionals that look like me, showing me that the opportunities for success are possible. Blue Heart has also helped me get involved in my community, exposed me to the arts, and taught me leadership skills that I have been able to use in my everyday life. The Blue Heart experience has been instrumental in me becoming a well-rounded young man. Without further ado, the college I will be attending to is Southwestern.
And just so that you all know, the video.
And so to watch Jermaine just flourish and be such a kind-hearted young man, I don't know how he became Blue Heart's choreographer. He just named himself that. But he's an amazing young man. It's been just great to watch him grow, bring the team together, and I thank you for that. So here's Kiwanis Johnson.
Good afternoon. First of all, I'd like to thank the Almighty for bringing us here together today. And thank you, Tracy, and all of the support staff, sponsors of Blue Heart, and everyone who has helped to make this event possible today. We appreciate you. My name is Kiwata, and my son is Jermaine Salmon. And I remember when Jermaine's father came to me and said, "Babe, I want a son." We already had our daughter, and he said, "I want a son." And I said, okay. I started preparing my mind, my body, my spirit for this next chapter. And from the day Jermaine was born, I knew he had a certain kind of energy. He's very energetic, very vibrant, and I just remember he was sitting in front of the TV one day just bouncing. I was like, okay, this is a man. This is a man. He was in a little package, but he's a man. And I knew that there was, I understood what it was to not necessarily totally understand a man. And, but through him, I have learned quite a bit about men. And I'm still learning. And I appreciate you for that, love. So, Jermaine's faced a lot of challenges throughout his life, his young life. But he comes from a very resilient fabric. And with that, he has a lot of opportunity to overcome whatever is coming his way. And Jay, I want you to know that I'm going to always be there for you. I know we go through our battles, but there's going to be 3 things that will always place me in your path. And that's, I'm going to be there to cheer you on. I'll be there to support you whenever you need me. and I'll always be there to let you know that no matter what, you are not alone. As long as I'm here, and even if I'm not, you are not alone. I love you, and without further ado, I'll welcome my son,
Right now, I currently attend San Diego High School. I'm a native of San Diego, California, and unlike many of my peers, I began facing challenges really early in my life. When I was 2, I was placed in special education after I was diagnosed with ADHD and speech and language delay. By the time I finished kindergarten, I was placed in mainstream classes to help me improve my speech development. Even though I continue to face challenges with my speech, a few teachers happen to like my charismatic energy, personality, and humor enough to get me by many situations. As a young African male, I took advantage of all the help I can get. At the age of 5, while trying to navigate my life through education and my social challenges, I faced the most devastating blow of my life. One day, my mother took me and my siblings out for what seemed to be a real fun day at Coronado. She took us for a walk along the resort, watching flamingos roam. Then she took us to the Coronado Library, where she read us a book to me, my brother, and my sister. This book was about losing a loved one. After she finished the book, I noticed that her voice started to shake, and she asked us questions about the book if we understood what the message of the book was. And I wanted to ask her what was wrong, but before I could, I noticed that tears rose in her eyes. And then she told us that my father had died in the hospital. My sister, she immediately started crying as she understood what happened. And even though I was young, I was able to kind of process what happened, and I started crying too. And I just realized that I would never see my dad again. And I noticed that my little brother, he wasn't crying. He was too young to understand what was going on, but he was still trying to comfort us because he could see they were all in distress. I just realized that he wouldn't get to see our father either. That had a huge impact on my life. At school, teachers and other students started to treat me different. While some students seemed to be a bit more caring towards me than others shunned me away as a behavioral problem, especially because of the learning challenges I had. Some students tried bullying me, but my mom always told me to stand up for myself and never let anybody back me into no corner. Between defending myself, being misunderstood in the class, and not having a father to lean on, my behavior soon became more of an issue. My mom put me into counseling and decided it was time for a new environment. In 3rd grade, I started my international baccalaureate studies at Bernie Elementary School, where I stayed till 5th grade. I was still receiving some special education services, and this label seemed to cause some teachers to treat me like I was not as smart as other students. But besides these difficulties, I continued to excel in subjects like math, history, and arts. When I think back, I don't believe that I actually had any disabilities. It was just the fact that I was bored in most of the classes I was in. I found an outlet for my boredom through singing, dancing, sports, and social clubs. I began running track to become one of the top performers at my school. And then when competing in track meets, I continued that into my junior high career, where I participated in several community service projects at the San Diego Central Library, the Starbro program, and around this time I also joined the Civil Air Patrol Cadet program, which was affiliated with the Air Force. As a cadet, I learned basic military training, regulations, received firearms trainings, and participated in multiple community service projects, and received more than 20 hours of flight training and completed academy, basically Air Force boot camp, and San Luis Obispo. I remained a cadet until my sophomore year at E3 Civic High School, where I joined the school choir. At this time was a pivotal part of my growth, because not only did I get better at advocating for myself, I began facing new challenges. The teachers at E3, they were not biased like the teachers in my past schools. They got to know me not what was on paper, but on a person-to-person basis. This gave me time to and the opportunity to freely express and enjoy myself and tap into new creative interests that I like doing to this day, like cooking, acting, and it was during this time I also joined play production and Latin dance, where both became a therapy to me to help me build my confidence and allow me to express my individuality, which I desperately craved for. Everything seemed to be going well until I started having issues with some of my peers. I fell into the wrong crowd. I wasn't listening to my mom, and she started getting calls from my school. My behavior became such a menace, and a consequence, my grades began to drop and I had to transfer schools. It was around this time that I joined Blue Heart. Focused on my passion to become a culinary chef in the cannabis industry. I would like to thank Tracy, the staff, the volunteers, and the Blue Heart Foundation for all the time and energy they decided to put into this program to make it a success. Blue Heart has made me a great service to myself, my family, and my community. And I will use all the tools that I've been given to share with others and all the gifts I have had a privilege to receive. I would also like to thank my mother for always being there with me through all the trials, tribulations, all the tears, joys, laughters, and triumphs. I know I've given you more than a few gray hairs, but I want you to know that I love you, Mom. And I appreciate you for helping me make it to 18. Raising 3 children by yourself for the past 13 years wasn't easy, but you've done some amazing things for our family. I just want to thank you, Mom. I love you so much. Now, no matter how much we bump heads, I just want to let you know that you're best one of being family. Thing. I gotta announce what college I'm gonna go to, and in order to pursue my culinary interests, the college I'm gonna go to is, drumroll please, Rosemont City College.
So next, family want to introduce Beatrice. I'm gonna murder your last name. Beatrice Rutaga. Rudiger, huh? Wrong. Rutaga. Beatrice Rutaga and my dude Jorge. She's been at every Christmas breakfast, even when we didn't have Christmas breakfast, she was on the table because it's like a at-home Christmas breakfast with a sandwich and some soup. But we want to thank you for everything that you've done.
Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. Hello. Good afternoon. I did write some things down. It's not long though. I'm good. First of all, I would like to thank all the family and friends that came out to celebrate these amazing young men. In our community, I feel like we don't celebrate our children enough. But today, just seeing everyone here makes you feel good about our future of our sons. My name is Beatrice Rutaga, and my son is Jorge Gasca. As parents, we have this vision for our children. We think they're supposed to be a certain way. That's not my son. He is the complete opposite of me. I'm serious, I'm disciplined. I've been in the military for 20 years, and I've been away from him for almost half of his life, deployed or just so many things. He's been through so much, and today I get to celebrate you. Jorge is a free spirit. He moves to the beat of his own drum. He drives me crazy, but the older he gets, the more mature he is, and I'm so proud of his growth, the man that he's becoming, And I have been there to be his rock through this whole time. And I think that's exactly what he needed. As a parent, it's easy to have expectations and to put them on our children. And it's not fair to them because they are their own person. I always tell my son, there's nothing he could ever do to make me stop loving him. Because as a mother, it's so hard to just watch your kids go through certain things. I'm proud of you today for always persevering. Importantly, just being who you are. Living life on your own terms and never apologizing for it. You have an amazing love for people, the heart of a lion, and the spirit that never gives up. I'm so happy that God chose me to be your mom. And this is my son, the amazing, the excellent, the always free-spirited, Jorge Alberto Gaston Jr.
My name is Jorge Gasker. I'm from San Diego, California. I'm 18 years old. My most memorable moment about Blue Heart would be the snowboarding trip, actually, because it taught me a lot about brotherhood. And I have brothers, but not having brothers my own age is different sometimes, you know. And you don't, what's the word? You don't connect the same, you know, the age difference and everything. So being with 17-year-olds, 16-year-olds, 15-year-olds, 18-year-olds, it feels different for me personally because now I feel like I got real connections, you know, real other life. Yeah, life experiences to definitely, you know, like still live and learn from. And I'm proud to honestly say that these are my brothers. These are the people I joined this organization for. Tracy, I want to thank Tracy the most, to be honest, because he helped me out a lot more than a lot of people could. And it was a lot of ups and downs. I'm gonna say that it was a lot of ups and downs. And even through all those ups and downs, Tracy still let me keep going. To be honest, he still let me be my person. He still let me be who I am today. But I also want to say that I want to thank my mom the most. We've been through it. I just want to say that we've been through it. All 18 years, I swear. But I'm just glad that is my mom at the end of the day. That's who cares for me, loves for me, nurses me, births me, pays for literally everything. Pretty much everything. So I want to thank my mom. I love you. I love you. I love my family.
You got this little bro.
See you. I love my family the fucking most. Look, I love Blue Heart. I love my family. I love everybody that has been there for me for the whole 18 years because it's been hard, to be honest. But thank y'all. Thank y'all for coming out. Thank y'all for being who y'all are. Thank y'all for being a part of the Blue Heart family. Thank y'all for supporting. And we're going to keep going up for y'all. I promise. It's us, to be honest with y'all. Thank y'all. And last but not least, I will be attending Southwestern College. I'm sorry for that.
Ms. Zakia Weber. And she will be introducing her incredible son, Mr. Ezekiel Rad.
First of all, I would like to thank Tracy and the Blue Heart family for all their dedication to the boys. Also, I would like to thank the family members that came out and supported Zeke today. Well, a little bit about Ezekiel Rabb, also known as Zeke. Zeke has a very competitive personality on and off the field. Zeke told me at the age of 5 that he would skip first grade just as his sister did. And I told him, you can do whatever you put your mind to. So he did it. Kindergarten is also when he tested and found out he was seminar gay. Anything less 4B for Zeke was just unacceptable. I helped Zeke create a strong foundation in the beginning, and he took responsibility for all of his classwork. He started football in 4th grade and fell in love with the sport, meeting some of his best friends. The beginning of his freshman year changed when he suffered a severe concussion when playing football. Zeke ended up getting sidelined his freshman year and his sophomore year, and he had to teach himself how to study and retain information, and that was not an issue before the concussion. So, at the age of 16, his senior year, his counselor asked if he would like to graduate early. He responded with, "No, I don't want to be bored." Yes, that was only part of the reason, but the other part was he was not finished with football. Zeke went out with a bang as one of the best defensive players, so I think. In conclusion, Zeke has the ability to be resilient in the face of adversities, setbacks, and life occurrences. He is a loyal friend, he's dedicated to his studies, well-mannered, hard worker, analytical, competitive, and would not let anything or anyone stop him. I would like to introduce my son, Zeke Rabb.
I really want to know you all. I really want to show you off. Got plenty of champagne. Cold nights when you curse this name. You called up your girlfriends and y'all curled in that little bit.
Blue Heart has not only been a guide for me, but it has helped me overcome some of the trials that I've experienced throughout my life. Obviously, I'm from Southeast San Diego, and there's trials that come with that. But not only Blue Heart, but also the Dent family have guided me onto the college path instead of the other paths that could have led me down the wrong road. So, other than that, for me, I'm really grateful for all this positivity around me. I'm grateful for Tracy bringing me into the Blue Heart family and helping me get to know and learn from my Blue Heart brothers, become part of the Blue Heart family. So, I'd also like to thank Mr. Ashley and the 1798 Foundation for the scholarship, and of course the Hard Rock Coffee Foundation for the other scholarship, and I'll be taking my talents. Bird Rock. I'll be taking my talents to Morehouse College. Yes, sir. Malone Tigers.
All right, so this is Tracy. You know what? I love Tracy Blevins because every single post I put on Facebook, she has a little black lady that says either fabulous or wow or keep it going or Jesus is good. Something. Every single post I say, I tied my shoe today. Glory. I'm like, all right, I'm ready for the day. So, Ms. Blevins, can you come on up, please? So, Justice. What's up, Justice? I know, I'm just saying what's up, Justice. What's up, baby? Justice is like amazing. I love Justice because every type of document we need filled out, he does. Every form he does. He's at every single workshop. He be having like one leg and be a step practice. I'd be like, wow, dude, I'm gonna go get you. Anyways, it was Tracy Black.
I'd like to thank Tracy and the Blue Heart Foundation and all the mothers that have been here to support their sons through their lives. All the parents, the fathers, the uncles, aunties, stepfathers, grandmothers, all of you. If it hadn't been for Blue Heart through 2020, Justice probably wouldn't have gotten out of bed. He had a sports-ending injury that sidelined him, had him down in the bed. So the Blue Heart workshops were everything to me because I made sure he got up, signed in, and attended everything. That was all of his social, anything he did. And then when we started to have in person, that was even better. He has had a hard time being social. He is the baby of my whole family, basically, his cousins. He's 13 years younger than his sister, 10 years younger than his brother, and he was the last one of that group. So everybody took care of Justice. So I think that's kind of what happened with him not doing stuff for himself. Everybody did it for him. I want to thank my husband. Came in, treated my kids like his own. I want to say that Blue Hearts has helped my son grow and become more independent. And I thank you for that. I just want to say to my children, Jordan, Jalen, and Justin, may the grace of God always be your compass in life, and may the devotion of our family and friends be your strength. May you always remember I am here for you, and I love you very much. I want to thank you, my brother and my sister-in-law, for coming out to support, and my husband Tony, and Auntie Tammy. And I want Justice. I want you to be amazing, to be involved, to be open to new things, to be adventurous, to be smart, genuine, kind, and to be yourself, because you are enough. And I'm very proud to introduce my senior, Justice David Bettis.
I'm a warrior, but I can't divorce the paper. I'm a hood nigga that turn rich, so I got Dior's ladies. And you know I gotta stick to my roots. I still rock George, baby. It was hell in the projects. I survived the storm. My brothers in the sky. They born. I know the worst conditions make a champion. Look at my eye froze like a mannequin. I'm on the water like I'm swimming in.
Blue Heart, I love it, you know. I feel like I've grown up with these guys. They're my family, my brothers, every single one of them. I'm the youngest out of my mother's three children, but I am the fastest, the smartest, and by far the best looking. Let's keep it real. I want to hear nothing about it, alright guys? I love y'all. Thank y'all for doing everything you have for me. Whether it be annoying, like that one, or being like my mom, like that one. But you know, I love him. Love him to death. Thank you, Tony, for being there for me, for teaching me things that I wouldn't know without him, you know. Without my dad, Tony filled that role for me. Thank you. I remember Blue Heart. I think my first big experience with Blue Heart was the 2019 Christmas breakfast. We all just came together as a big family and ate together. And I performed with my brothers, did things we were uncomfortable doing, being on stage, dancing in front of a whole bunch of people, our families, our siblings, uncles, aunties, all of them. It was just the way we bonded together that I loved. It was fantastic. I loved every second of it. And you know how to be a man, you how to do things, perform in a business-like manner, professional manner. Introducing me to all these people, giving me all these experiences, you know, making me vice president so I can lead my younger brothers in Blue Heart and show them, lead by example, and show them what it means to be a man. And, you know, I just love it, you know. Thank you, Tracy. And I'd like to thank my mom for doing everything for me, you know, through all the ups and downs, you know, all our arguments. For crying for me, you know, I love you, Mom. And I'd like to thank Mr. Jeff Taylor for his scholarship. I'd also like to thank Mr. Ashley for the 1798 scholarship. Thank you kindly, sir. That meant a lot to me. I'd like to thank Tracy again for the Blue Heart Scholarship. That's a lot of money. I don't know what to do with it. And I'd like to thank my Uncle Leonard, my Auntie Michelle, my sister, my brother, my stepdad Tony, my Auntie Tammy. I'd like to thank Keon, Amir, Zeke, Kayvon, Michael, Jaden, I'd like to thank all y'all, my Blue Heart brothers. I love y'all guys. Y'all do you. You feel me? And without further ado, I'd like to announce that I will be taking my extremely gifted talents to the University of Cal State San Marcos.
If I'm like off course, she'll text me, she'll be like, "You alright, bro?" And we'll have a one-on-one conversation, and she'll kind of put me in my place. But then it's vice versa. So we've developed a relationship that's really, we about to win something. That's all I'm gonna say. Because we about to get the bag for us, mindless. And that's real. Tired of people coming up in there and just robbing and stealing. Right? Okay, she told me, see? She told me focus. Anyway, so she's all, Keon is, that young man is just a joy to work with, that dude. He's just so emotional, he's so in touch with his feelings, and he's just a great leader by example, and with his energy. Never gives up on anybody, he's just full of love. Just like his mom. So Stacey, talk about Keon.
Keon means strong and courageous in the Lord, and in our family we have raised our children to have a strong foundation in God as an anchor. So I personally have instilled and let them know that as we are elevated for the purpose of giving glory and honor to God. So foremost, I would like to say we're here today because of God's grace and His mercy. Even Keon, his very life itself. So Keon was born to me at a very extremely difficult time in my life, a very difficult time. And he's overcome a lot of obstacles in his life. And so he actually told me, I'm trying to stay focused, he told me that if I did not cry today, he was walking out. He did. So I guess I don't know if he's gonna walk out, but I cry a lot in real life. I try not to cry too much in public, so I'm trying to keep it together here. I wanted to share with you a few of the resilient opportunities that Keon has experienced in his young life. Socializing, he has a lot of high energy, and it's not always accepted. And we've also taught our children to self-advocate and to speak, for themselves respectfully. And so that's not always been, met with encouragement. We've had to advocate for him to have advanced classes in math. And I remember one year the teacher said that he was one of the top 2 students but the reason why he wasn't the top was because he played too much. He wasn't serious enough. And we asked about, what she had from when we finished early, and she didn't really have things. So oftentimes we have our own family team when we go to the school team. And so he has a very strong village that has helped even me as a parent to advocate, appropriately and accordingly for him. And he actually sells family recipes in the neighborhood. He has clients and he makes hand deliveries, and he's really obsessive about his ingredients. He wasn't able to go ahead and be the football player that he wanted, but he did get a lot of y'all work your whole lives and break your legs and things, even as a grown person, because you want a ring or something, a cue ball ring or football with NFL. But my baby got his ring, the AYF. So all of these things that he wanted, he got, and God has a way of redirecting us. So I guess I'm saying all that to say that he's has so many obstacles, and he shows up. He cries. He does a lot of behind the scenes growing, but he shows up very resilient, and he's been able to transform and to transcend himself in so many different ways, and he makes us very proud. I'm most proud because he takes his boys with him. He takes his boys with him, and I say that he takes his boys with him. Whatever he wants for himself, he wants for his friends, and they're always together. I would like to personally thank Zeke's mom, Zakia, and Michael Savage's mom, because those are his bestest friends. And as our families, we go through stuff and we share the load, and it really does take a village. And so I think the Blue Heart Village, the mothers, it's a very judge-free zone. It's a safe space for our boys to grow and thrive, and we do know that it's not a very safe place for our boys right now, particularly in this country. So we have to love on them, we have to train them up, but we also have to discipline them and apply that pressure, because Keon is the meest of all my kids, and he does know how to apply pressure. He's super persistent, and so we have to guide them in the way to be respectful, to know the time and the place, so that they're not getting mishandled unwarranted.
Whoever had the problems with their record said just come to that don't work and all just fast and turn around and follow tip. I got love for the game, but hey, I'm not in love with all of it. Could do without the fame. Rappers nowadays are complicated. Defeating and the holler from bang.
For y'all that don't know, my name is Keon Dent. I'm the president of the Blue Heart Foundation. I currently attend San Diego High School of International Studies, and I hold a 3.8 GPA. My mom put me in because my brother was in there, and I really didn't like Tracy, to be honest. Like, he was so loud and aggressive, but we grew into having a unique bond, and I'm thankful for that. So one thing I can say about Tracy is that he always knows when to get down to business, so I admire him for that. I also want to thank my mom, because I know we clash heads a lot, and she always says I fight on everything. That's cap. I don't. We just don't see eye to eye most of the time, but I understood now that the times when she was pushing me was to make me better, and I can truly say I'm thankful for that. And she has that tough love, She gonna tell you to it straight up. So I appreciate her for her honesty. I also want to thank my dad being there for me every step of the way. I'm fortunate to have a dad in my life, because a lot of times kids like me that don't have their dad in their life, someone they can talk to and relate on the male side. So thank you for my dad, my family. I truly do believe it takes a village to raise a family, so I'm thankful for my grandparents, my aunts, my uncles. I have a big family for me in the back. I guess that's it. So I'm not gonna hold y'all too much longer. So I will be taking my talents to Gross Mart. I'm going to Morehouse College.
once you go online, you will be able to see the full video. And this is all that we're going to say at this time.
That we at Morehouse are working on putting together more opportunities for the students of the Blue Heart Foundation. So keep up the great work and congrats on all your success.
Please take pictures in the gazebo and by the step and repeat. So you guys can kind of go with this memory at this time when we're coming out of COVID and knowing that guess what, Young Brothers is coming to handle business. But also, you know, share it on your social media. The more shares, the more opportunity.